Shalom. Welcome to a class on Parashat Chayei Sarah, the life of Sarah. And the parasha starts with Sarah has already passed on in Kiryat Arba and Hebron, and Abraham is dealing with the process of burying her, and he's speaking to the people of the land of Hebron because he wants to acquire the Machpelah cave. This is a special cave which Abraham had found out is connected to Adam and Eve. It's a very special spiritual site, and it was owned by a man named Ephron. And Abraham wanted to acquire this plot, and Ephron says he'll give it to him, but Abraham says, no, I want to buy it. And Ephron eventually ends up taking the money, and it was quite a large amount of money. And this is how the field of Ephron, it's in Hebrew, it's Marada Machpelah, which exists to this very day in Hebron, was acquired by Abraham, and he first buried Sarah there, and eventually he would be buried there, and his son Yitzchak and Rivka, and then Yaakov and Leah. Not Rachel. We know Rachel was buried somewhere else. And so this, the acquisition happens, and Avram is getting old, and Yitzchak has not been married yet, and Avram wants Yitzchak to get married with a good woman who is on his level, and he realizes that it should be someone from his family and not from the people of the land where they are in Canaan. So he gets his servant Eliezer to go to his family, and he makes him promise, take an oath on this. So Eliezer takes a bunch of camels, and he goes and he does a test with God. He says to Hashem, to God, in the merit of Abraham, make a kindness with Abraham. I'll be standing by the fountain. All the daughters will come out, the daughters of the people of the city, and whoever says that I'll say, can I drink? That she says, here, drink, and I'll water your camels. She's the one that I know that is for Isaac. And he really shouldn't have done this. We're not supposed to do these tests with Hashem. It's not really a good thing to do. But nevertheless, Hashem did do the miracle for Eliezer. And Rebecca comes out. She was the daughter of Betuel, who was the son of Nahor, the brother of Abraham. So this is Abraham's nephew's daughter, comes out with her pitcher of water. And she was a beautiful girl, and he ran to her. The servant Eliezer says, can I have some water? She says, drink. And she says, I'll give you a camel. So he realizes she passed the test, and he's amazed that he succeeded. And he takes the rings before even he takes the jewelry, and he places it on her before he even asked her. And then he asked her. He was so excited. And she says, yes, I'm the daughter of Betuel, who was the son of Nahor. And he realizes it's Abraham's family. He bows down to Hashem and thanking God, Eliezer. And he says, blessed is Hashem that he didn't forget doing kindness with Abraham, and he led me to the right place. So she runs to her family to tell them what happened. And her brother Lavan, this is the first time we hear of him, he sees this jewelry on her, and he gets excited, and he runs out because he wants to get his hands on this wealth. And they bring him in, and he tells them what happened. And he says that I want to take your daughter back to get married. And they say, of course, this is from God, that you should marry Isaac. But they want to make them wait. They don't want her to go right away. And he obviously wants to go right away. And she agrees. She says, we'll go right away. And they go back. They go back, and she marries Isaac. And he loves her. And he was comforted for the loss of his mother, Sarah. And it says that really Rebecca spiritually brought back what was taken away with Sarah's passing. She was bringing back that same energy. And it also, the portion speaks about Abraham remarrying Hagar, who her name now is Keturah, and the other sons. And the Torah specifically says how Abraham really, his main son was Isaac, and that's why he sent away his other sons that were born to another land. So they shouldn't inherit with Isaac. He gave them gifts, and Abraham passes away, and we see that Isaac leads the funeral process in front of Ishmael, that he kind of agrees that Isaac is the main son. And this is the Torah portion ends with the recounting of the sons of Ishmael, and it's kind of showing us, because it says uses the word for princes. It's a word that's also related to clouds, to show that the princes of Ishmael, they kind of passed and they weren't really of consequence. And the haftarah of the parsha is we read about King David and when he became older, and that his son Adoniah, who wanted to be king and tried to stage a coup, tried to become king, and he kind of strategically called certain people that he called that he knew weren't in the best favor with King David to become with him, that he knew they would probably support him. And Solomon, King Shlomo, had been promised to his mother Bathsheba that he would be king. So Natan, the prophet, heard of what's going on and told her, and she came to David and beseeched him to remember his promise that Shlomo would be the king. This is from the beginning of the book of Kings, chapter 1, and this ends up being how Shlomo he was supposed to be king, but his half-brother Adoniah was trying to be king, and David hadn't stopped him. And since Nathan the prophet told Bathsheba, she came to King David, he stopped this coup of Adoniah. And Shlomo, when David passed, even in David's lifetime, actually, they anointed Shlomo to show that he was the rightful king. Even in David's lifetime, he was agreeing that Shlomo would be the king. God bless you all, and Shabbat Shalom.